Hello everyone, I'm Tanya Rivero. Welcome to Lunch Break on this Monday, Cinco de Mayo. More on that coming up. But we begin with the Supreme Court decision to allow public prayer at town board meetings. The highest court today rejecting arguments that prayer opening town board meetings in Greece, New York, nearly always delivered by Christian clergy, violate the Constitution. Joining us now from our Washington bureau to discuss is WSJ Legal Affairs reporter Brent Kendall. Hi, Brent. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Brent, the court had its usual 5-4 split here along its conservative-liberal divide. What did Justice Kennedy say in his majority opinion?
Well, so Justice Kennedy, in upholding what the town of Greece was doing with its prayer to open town board meetings, spent a lot of time citing an opinion the court issued in 1983 that upheld opening prayer invocations in state legislature in Nebraska. And he said, look, if you look back at that case, plus at our long history dating back to the founders of having opening invocations at legislative sessions, that this was a tradition and that this fell fairly comfortably within the tradition. I mean, a couple of the things that were at issue in this case were whether town board meetings were a little different than say, legislative sessions, because unlike a session of Congress, at town board meetings, members of the public come before the board and request things. It's more of an interactive process, and there was at least an argument on the other side that, if you did not share the religious beliefs of the prayer being uttered at the beginning of the meeting, that it would put you in an uncomfortable position, if you then had to stand before the board and ask them, say, for approval of something that you wanted.
Absolutely, and that is apparently what Justice Kagan in her dissent argued, saying government prayers that are steeped in only one faith, month in and month out, over a decade, violate the First Amendment's Establishment Clause. Can you elaborate just a bit there?
That's right. So, I mean, in a lot of these religion cases, I mean, they're pretty fact-intensive, and so Justice Kagan, writing for the court's liberals, says, look, in this case, if you look at all these prayers over a decade, they are predominantly Christian, with strong Christian themes, and that the town didn't make a whole lot of effort to reach out, to clergy of other faiths. And she said, on these facts, this kind of steady drumbeat of prayers with Christian themes gave the appearance that the town was endorsing religion. So for the majority, they rejected arguments by the challengers in this case that these sorts of prayers should be more generic in nature and non-sectarian. And they said, look, if you're going to invite clergy in, you have to give them some room to pray in a manner that they would like to pray. And Justice Kennedy said, it happens in this case that the congregations in the town of Greece are mostly Christian congregations, and so that's who the town drew from. But that so long as the prayers didn't cross a line where you're condemning other religions or preaching people to conversion, that they were okay.
All right, Brent, really quickly, what are the wider implications of this ruling?
Well, the religion cases are always difficult for the court, and like I said, they are fact intensive. I mean, here, we have another indication that the court is deeply divided on these things. But after today's ruling, prayers in town board meeting like settings are going to be treated similarly to to the types of prayers that we have in legislative sessions.
At least if the prayers are mostly Christian. I wonder if the ruling would have been the same had the prayers been mostly Buddhist or another religion. We'll see. All right, thank you so much, Brent. Sorry to cut you off for there. We've got to move on.
Thanks.
Thank you.